Chosen one, if you've been feeling isolated, misunderstood, and constantly under attack, pause right now. This message found you for a reason. The billionaire's call is going out, and heaven has arranged for you to hear it today. This is not for everyone. It's specifically for God's chosen ones who carry unusual spiritual weight and sensitivity. You know who you are. You've always felt different, set apart, marked for something greater. Chosen one. Before we go deeper, pause for a moment. If this message is already speaking to your spirit, don't just watch silently. Subscribe now so you don't miss the confirmations God sends your way. You know how the enemy tries to distract you right when you need a word the most. Listen carefully. What you're experiencing is not random. The attacks, the unusual pressure, the spiritual sensitivity that makes you feel everything so deeply, these are signs of your calling. The billionaire's call is not just about financial wealth, but kingdom authority, supernatural influence, and divine responsibility that others cannot access. You've been under intense spiritual monitoring because what you carry threatens the enemy's agenda. Your prayers shake things in the spirit. Your presence changes atmospheres. Your words carry weight even when you don't realize it. God is calling you into a season of stewardship over resources, ideas, access, and doors that will shock those who dismissed you. This is why warfare intensified around you. This is why betrayal came from close places. This is why delay tried to break your faith. You were never attacked because you were weak. You were attacked because of what you carry. Heaven does not invest heavily in ordinary vessels. Your life has felt like constant spiritual training, pruning, and isolation because God has been increasing your capacity to handle overflow without losing your soul. The divine recognition happening now is because time has shifted in the spirit. Your name is being spoken in heavenly places. Spiritual eyes are opening to see what God placed inside you from the beginning. Even now, as you hear these words, something is stirring in your spirit. A confirmation, a knowing that yes, this message found you because you are called. The billionaire's call is sounding, and you can no longer ignore it. Your season of hiding is coming to an end. Chosen one, understand this. Your pain has purpose. What felt like punishment was actually preparation. What looked like rejection was divine protection. What seemed like abandonment was strategic positioning. The season of refinement you've been walking through was designed with precision. Every tear, every closed door, every unexplainable delay, all carefully orchestrated to shape you for what's coming. You've prayed for breakthrough while God was breaking you through. You've begged for elevation while God was laying a foundation that could sustain the weight of glory. You've questioned the waiting while God was aligning cosmic timing on your behalf. This refinement wasn't cruel, it was necessary. Gold must endure fire, diamonds form under pressure, and chosen ones must pass through seasons that separate authentic calling from ego-driven ambition. When doors closed despite your obedience and faith, it wasn't because you missed God. It was because God was saving you from premature exposure. Some opportunities come too early, before character can sustain the platform. Heaven was protecting your destiny by saying, "Not yet," to what seemed good, but would have ultimately destroyed you. The weight of carrying unknown purpose has felt heavy. You've sensed greatness within you, but couldn't express it. You've carried vision without manifestation. You've seen the end, but couldn't find the path. This tension between knowing and waiting has refined your patience and deepened your dependence on divine timing. All along, God has been whispering about preparation for kingdom wealth. Not just money, but authority, influence, wisdom, and spiritual power that changes lives. The whispers confused you because your circumstances contradicted the promise. How could someone in lack be prepared for abundance? How could someone in obscurity be destined for influence? Yet the contradiction itself was the training ground. Learning contentment in lack prepares you to steward abundance. Learning faithfulness in obscurity prepares you to handle fame with humility. Learning trust during delay prepares you to move with precision when God finally says, "Now." Your season of refinement wasn't punishment, it was promotion in disguise. Everything that tested you was teaching you. Everything that hurt you was healing you for what's next, chosen one. As your divine calling accelerates, the warfare against you intensifies. The opposition you face isn't just circumstantial, it's calculated spiritual resistance. The enemy doesn't waste resources fighting ordinary people. He targets those carrying extraordinary purpose. The battle has escalated precisely because your breakthrough season approaches. Your prayers are gaining traction. Your purpose is gaining clarity. Your position in the Spirit is shifting from defense to offense. This is why you've felt unusually heavy opposition in recent months. Those unusual dreams and visions you've been experiencing, they're not random. Heaven is pulling back the curtain, allowing you to glimpse the cosmic battles surrounding your destiny. Those moments when you suddenly felt oppression without reason, that was the enemy responding to angelic activity on your behalf. The warfare increases when breakthrough is imminent. Notice how the attacks target specific areas of your gifting. If your calling involves speaking truth, your words are challenged and misunderstood. If your destiny involves financial restoration, unusual financial pressure emerges. If your purpose involves healing others, your own health faces opposition. The enemy always attacks what threatens him most. Remember this divine principle. The level of warfare indicates the level of your calling. Those experiencing the most resistance carry the most significant assignments. This is why you've felt targeted, monitored, and opposed in ways others around you haven't experienced. Your spiritual sensitivity makes you aware of battles others can't perceive. The invisible warfare isn't just about stopping you. It's about stopping what God plans to do through you. Your breakthrough isn't just personal. It's connected to countless others who will benefit from your obedience. The enemy isn't fighting just you. He's fighting the ripple effect of your purpose. Even now, spiritual forces are being reassigned around you. The prayer you prayed in secret was heard in heaven. The tears you shed alone were collected by angels. The faithfulness you showed when no one was watching has been recorded, and heaven is responding. The intensity of battle is confirmation of the importance of your assignment. Stand firm. The warfare doesn't mean you've done something wrong. It confirms you're doing something right. Your destiny makes demons nervous. The most painful chapter in a chosen one's journey often involves betrayal from those closest to you. People who knew your struggles, shared your table, heard your dreams, suddenly turning against you without warning. This betrayal wasn't random. It was strategic spiritual separation. What hurt you most wasn't just their actions, but the confusion of why. You questioned what you did wrong. You replayed conversations searching for your mistake. You wondered why God allowed those you trusted to wound you so deeply. Today, receive this divine revelation. Some betrayed you because they simply couldn't go where you're going. Not everyone assigned to your past is assigned to your future. Some relationships were seasonal, designed for a specific chapter. When that chapter ended, the relationship had fulfilled its purpose. What felt like betrayal was actually divine transition. The pruning process that removed certain people wasn't punishment, it was protection. God loves you too much to let the wrong people accompany you into your next level. Some friendships could have become toxic. Some mentors could have become manipulative. Some supporters could have become saboteurs if allowed to continue beyond their appointed season. Their rejection revealed their true position. Their criticism exposed their own insecurity. Their abandonment demonstrated their limitations. Nothing was taken from you that was truly meant to stay. Not everyone who smiled with you celebrated you. Not everyone who prayed with you was aligned with you. Not everyone who benefited from you honored you. Their true nature was hidden until the pressure of your elevation exposed it. Here is the healing truth you need to embrace. They didn't stop you. They delayed nothing. Their actions only revealed who couldn't continue the journey with you. God allowed this exposure so you wouldn't carry dead weight into your next level. Imagine reaching your moment of breakthrough still attached to people who secretly resent your blessing. Imagine receiving kingdom resources while still yoked to those who would misuse or abuse what God entrusted to you. The pain served a purpose. The betrayal created necessary separation. The wounds forced you to find healing that made you stronger, wiser, and more discerning. Now you must complete this healing by refusing to carry bitterness into your new season. Forgive not because they deserve it, but because your destiny requires it. Release them not because their actions were justified, but because holding on blocks your elevation. Your greatest blessings are coming through doors that only open for you. Not for groups, not for crowds, but specifically for you. The inner circle betrayal wasn't your end. It was necessary preparation for who's coming next. What appears as divine neglect is often divine protection. Your hidden preparation season wasn't punishment, it was strategic positioning. While others gained visibility, you gained depth. While others built platforms, you built character. While others chased influence, you developed intimacy with God that will sustain you when fame tries to destroy you. God hid you on purpose. The secret training you've received, learning to hear God's voice in isolation, developing faith when no one was watching, remaining faithful when it made no logical sense. This hidden curriculum is what separates temporary success from lasting impact. Moses spent 40 years in the wilderness before leading Israel. Joseph endured 13 years of slavery and prison before ruling Egypt. David waited years between his anointing and his coronation. Their hidden seasons weren't punishment, they were preparation for responsibilities that would have crushed them without proper development. Your life follows this same divine pattern. The quiet years weren't wasted years. God was increasing your capacity before increasing your visibility. He was deepening your roots so your future height wouldn't cause you to topple. He was purifying your motives so success wouldn't corrupt your heart. What appears as delay is divine timing. What looks like denial is often protection. What feels like being forgotten is actually being formed for something few can handle. The weight of glory requires a vessel strong enough to carry it without breaking. Every prayer seemingly ignored was actually being answered in a higher way. You asked for a platform. God built your character first. You asked for influence. God secured your identity first. You asked for abundance. God aligned your heart first so wealth wouldn't destroy you. The hidden preparation season is ending. The investments heaven made in secret are about to pay dividends publicly. The training no one saw is about to manifest in ways no one can deny. Your faithfulness in obscurity has qualified you for authority in visibility. Listen, I know you're watching quietly, just taking everything in. But chosen ones like you don't come across these messages by accident. If this is touching your soul, hit that subscribe button. Don't keep walking through spiritual warfare alone when a whole family of chosen ones is right here with you. A divine shift is occurring in the spirit realm. Those with wealth, influence, and authority are suddenly becoming aware of your existence. This isn't coincidence. It's supernatural favor activating around you. The billionaire's call is going out, and your name is being spoken in high places. You've wondered why certain doors remained closed despite your qualifications. You've questioned why recognition seemed to evade you despite your excellence. Now understand, God was protecting you from premature connections that would have limited your true assignment. He wasn't denying you opportunity, He was reserving you for the right opportunity. The supernatural favor now finding you cannot be manufactured or manipulated. It's not based on human networking or who you know. It's divine orchestration, God connecting you with people who carry resources for your assignment. These aren't just business connections, they're kingdom alignments that will advance God's purposes through you. Powerful individuals are experiencing unusual spiritual stirrings about you. Some are having dreams where your face appears. Others feel unexplained urgency to reach out to you. Some are being divinely instructed to invest in what God is doing through you. This is happening because heaven is highlighting your assignment in this critical hour. Your name is being spoken in rooms you've never entered. Your work is being noticed by people you've never met. Your gifts are being recognized by those with authority to open major doors. This isn't random. It's the manifestation of years of faithful service when no one was watching. The billionaire's spiritual awakening to your presence isn't just about financial backing. It represents kingdom resources recognizing kingdom purpose. These individuals may have wealth, but you have spiritual authority they need. They move financial markets, but you move spiritual atmospheres. They influence economies, but you influence eternity. This divine recognition comes with responsibility. When powerful people acknowledge you, remain humble. When influence increases, remember who positioned you. When resources flow, steward them with wisdom. This favor isn't for self-promotion, it's for kingdom advancement. Some connections will shock you because they seem beyond your natural reach. Doors will open that you didn't knock on. Opportunities will arise that you didn't arrange. Invitations will come from unexpected sources. This supernatural phenomenon confirms you've entered a new season where heaven is making your name known. Remember, these connections aren't coincidences. They're divine appointments. These relationships aren't accidents. They're assignments. These opportunities aren't lucky breaks. They're the fulfillment of prophetic words spoken over your life. The billionaire's call is manifesting, and your faithful preparation has made you ready to receive it. As your divine elevation approaches, be aware. The enemy launches his most strategic attacks during seasons of transition. Not every open door is a divine door. Not every opportunity carries heaven's endorsement. The counterfeit always arrives before the authentic to test your discernment. The enemy understands that your patience has been stretched to its limit. After years of waiting, after seasons of preparation, you're desperate to see movement. This vulnerability makes you susceptible to rushing into alliances, partnerships, and opportunities that mimic divine purpose but lack divine backing. These counterfeit opportunities often appear impressive on the surface, promising quick results, immediate platform, instant influence. They appeal to your weariness, your financial pressure, your longing for validation. But beneath the attraction lies a trap designed to derail you from authentic destiny. Warning signs always accompany these false doors. You'll feel unusual pressure to move fast without peace. You'll notice anxiety replacing the calm knowing that accompanies true divine leading. You'll detect subtle compromises, required small shifts away from the vision God planted in your heart. This is the enemy's last desperate attempt to abort your purpose through impatience. He knows that if he can push you into premature action, you'll miss the genuine opportunity God has prepared. If he can exhaust you with false starts, you'll be depleted when the real door opens. Discernment is your protection in this season. When evaluating opportunities, ask, does this bring peace despite stretching me? Does this align with prophetic words spoken over my life? Does this require me to compromise core values? Does this feel driven by fear or faith? Remember, God's timing carries clarity, weight, and peace, even when it stretches you. Divine opportunities don't demand panic decisions. Heaven-sent connections don't require you to violate your values. God-ordained elevation doesn't feel frantic. The pressure to rush often reveals the source. The enemy drives, God leads. The enemy creates anxiety, God releases peace. The enemy demands immediate decisions, God provides space for confirmation. Stay in alignment with divine timing. The genuine doors about to open for you will make the counterfeit pale in comparison. What God has prepared will be worth the weight, carrying resources, relationships, and reach that false opportunities could never provide. Your ability to reject the counterfeit is the final test before authentic elevation. Maintaining peace when pressured proves you're ready for the responsibility of true kingdom authority. After extended patience, divine acceleration arrives with supernatural momentum. The same God who seemed silent now moves with breathtaking speed. This is heaven's timing, revealed the moment when waiting transforms into wonder, when patience produces promise, when endurance ends in elevation. Sudden acceleration follows faithful consistency. You prayed when nothing changed. You believed when circumstances contradicted. You remained obedient when rewards seemed distant. This positioned you for the divine convergence, now activating around you. Multiple prophetic words spoken over different seasons of your life are suddenly aligning. Promises that appeared disconnected are revealing their connection. Dreams that seemed separate are showing their relationship. This convergence confirms you've entered the Kairos, the appointed time, when heaven's calendar aligns with your circumstances. Watch for unexpected confirmation through completely unrelated sources. People with no connection to each other will speak identical words over you. Strangers will reference the exact scriptures you've been meditating on. Mentors from different backgrounds will highlight the same insights about your future. This supernatural pattern of confirmation removes all doubt about your direction. The spiritual atmosphere around you is shifting. Where resistance once dominated, receptivity now emerges. Where doors remained firmly shut, they now open without effort. Where favor seemed foreign, it now flows freely. This atmospheric change isn't just emotional, it's a tangible reality, as heaven declares, now is the time. Those with spiritual sensitivity can perceive this shift around you. They sense something has changed. They feel unusual faith when discussing your future. They experience inexplicable excitement about your potential. This collective spiritual awareness confirms the timing isn't just personal perception, it's divine proclamation. Heaven's timing arrives with perfect precision, not a moment too early or too late. The relationships needed for your next season are now in place. The resources required for your assignment are being released. The wisdom necessary for stewardship has been developed. The character essential for sustainability has been formed. The acceleration will astonish you. Opportunities that once required years of pursuit will manifest in moments. Connections that normally demand decades to develop will form in days. Resources typically accumulated over lifetimes will arrive in limited time frames. This supernatural speed is the compensation for your faithful waiting. Trust the divine timing completely. It's neither rushed by human pressure nor delayed by enemy interference. It operates according to heaven's perfect calendar, aligning cosmic forces, human free will, and divine purpose into beautiful synchronicity. The revealing of heaven's timing is both your vindication and your responsibility. Those who questioned your calling will witness your commissioning. Those who doubted your direction will observe your destination. The wait wasn't punishment, it was preparation for this precise moment of divine convergence. The spirit of delay that has hovered over your life is now being shattered by divine intervention. What seemed permanently blocked is suddenly clearing. What appeared forever stalled is abruptly advancing. This isn't gradual improvement. It's supernatural breakthrough, where heaven itself intervenes against the forces of hindrance. You've prayed, fasted, believed, and waited. You've wondered if God heard you at all. You've questioned if your dreams would ever manifest. Now understand, the delay wasn't denial. It was strategic positioning for this precise moment when God would display His power through you. Generational blockages are being removed at once. These aren't just your personal barriers. They're inherited limitations, family patterns, and ancestral ceilings that restricted those before you. God has positioned you as the breakthrough generation, the one who breaks the cycle and creates new inheritance for those who follow. Notice how resistance is suddenly melting away. Doors that remained firmly shut, despite years of knocking, are opening without effort. People who ignored your messages are unexpectedly responding. Resources that seemed perpetually scarce are appearing from unexpected sources. This supernatural shift confirms that heaven has declared an end to the season of delay. Long-awaited blessings and opportunities are being released with unusual speed. What typically takes years is happening in months. What normally requires decades is manifesting in days. This accelerated pace isn't random. It's divine compensation for faithful waiting during extended seasons of preparation. The enemy fought hardest to maintain delay because he understood what your advancement threatens. He knew that once you broke through, his ability to hinder would diminish. He recognized that your elevation would inspire others to believe for their own breakthrough. His resistance wasn't about your past, it was about your future impact. The breaking of delay reveals a profound spiritual truth. The enemy never had the authority to permanently block what God ordained. He could only delay until heaven's perfect timing arrived. His permission to test your faith was temporary, limited, and now concluded. What couldn't be stopped was merely postponed for perfect timing. Every no was actually not yet. Every closed door was redirection to the right door. Every seeming setback was setting up your comeback. The delay wasn't punishment, it was protection until everything aligned for maximum impact. Now, the floodgates of heaven are opening. What was withheld is being released. What was blocked is flowing freely. What was fought against is advancing unstoppably. The breaking of delay isn't just about your personal blessing. It's about kingdom advancement through your obedience and perseverance. Your faithful waiting wasn't in vain. Your consistent prayers weren't ignored. Your persistent faith wasn't foolish. Heaven was working behind the scenes, and now that work is becoming visible for all to see. The billionaire's call extends far beyond financial increase. It's an invitation into true kingdom wealth that few understand and even fewer steward well. God is opening your eyes to wealth dimensions that transcend bank accounts while including them. This is comprehensive prosperity that impacts every area of life and extends to future generations. Kingdom wealth begins with divine influence, the supernatural ability to shape atmospheres, redirect conversations, and impact decisions without manipulation or control. This spiritual authority carries weight in rooms where money alone cannot buy access. Your words will shift mindsets. Your presence will change environments. Your insights will redirect trajectories. Divine authority follows influence, the heaven-backed capacity to speak with power that causes both humans and spiritual forces to respond. This isn't position-based authority that requires titles or credentials. It's presence-based authority recognized in both visible and invisible realms. Those with spiritual sensitivity will perceive it instantly. Access represents another dimension of this wealth. Supernatural entrance into spaces, relationships, and opportunities normally closed to those without connections. Doors will open that you didn't knock on. Invitations will come that you didn't pursue. Relationships will form that you couldn't have orchestrated. Resources align with purpose when kingdom wealth manifests. What you need for your divine assignment appears precisely when required. These aren't just financial resources, but also ideas, strategies, connections, and favor that accelerate your effectiveness. The provision perfectly matches the vision, confirming heaven's endorsement. This supernatural increase carries profound responsibility. Greater blessing requires greater stewardship. Expanded influence demands expanded integrity. Increased authority necessitates increased humility. The weight of wealth tests character more intensely than the weight of lack ever could. True kingdom wealth reflects God's heart for others. It's never self-centered or self-serving. It flows through you, not just to you. It blesses you while equipping you to bless generations. It solves your problems while positioning you to solve societal problems. It meets your needs while empowering you to meet global needs. Unlike worldly wealth that fluctuates with markets, true kingdom wealth remains stable through every economic shift. It operates by spiritual principles, transcending natural laws. It multiplies through giving rather than hoarding. It increases through generosity rather than accumulation. This wealth carries unusual protection. What God establishes, the enemy cannot dismantle. What heaven provides, circumstances cannot diminish. What comes through divine channels carries insurance against attacks designed to create loss. Stop right here. If you haven't subscribed yet, ask yourself why. Every time you search for clarity, every time you feel overwhelmed, God guides you to messages like this. Don't reject what heaven is trying to give you. Subscribe so you stay connected to the voice that lifts you when no one else does. A profound shift is occurring in how you stand in opposition. Where you once felt intimidated, you now feel unusually confident. Where you previously retreated, you now remain firm. Where you used to seek approval, you now speak truth, regardless of reception. This supernatural confidence isn't arrogance, it's heaven-backed authority activating in your life. God is positioning you to function with power in places actively resistant to your message and purpose. Like Daniel in Babylon, Joseph in Egypt, and Esther in Persia, you're being strategically placed in environments that initially appear hostile to your values. Yet these seemingly opposed spaces are precisely where your authority will shine most brightly. This new authority operates beyond natural confidence. It carries spiritual weight that others perceive but can't explain. When you speak, something resonates beyond your words. When you enter rooms, atmospheres shift without your effort. When you make decisions, heaven backs them with supernatural confirmation. This isn't self-generated power. It's God's authority flowing through yielded vessels. Watch as former opposition transforms into unexpected alliance. People who actively resisted you will suddenly support you. Those who criticized your vision will champion your cause. Those who blocked your advancement will clear paths for your progress. This isn't manipulation or persuasion. It's divine intervention changing hearts that once stood against you. You'll stand with unusual boldness in challenging situations. Board meetings, family conflicts, legal battles. Ministry resistance, speaking heaven's perspective with clarity and calm. Your words will carry weight not because of your position or title, but because they align with divine purpose and timing. Territories once firmly closed suddenly open before you. Industries that rejected your innovation embrace your ideas. Communities that misunderstood your message receive your insight. Cultures that opposed your values recognize your wisdom. These supernatural openings aren't the result of your strategies. They're divine doorways appearing in previously impenetrable walls. The opposition you face no longer defines or limits you. Instead, it becomes the backdrop against which your God-given authority becomes most visible. The contrast between resistance and your peaceful confidence highlights the supernatural nature of your calling. Remember Joseph's profound insight. What others intended for harm, God intended for good. The very environments that seemed designed to destroy you become the platforms that display God's power through you. The hostility that should have limited you instead launches you into greater influence. This authority isn't for self-promotion or personal agenda. It carries heavenly purpose, establishing justice, releasing truth, creating pathways, and building bridges that connect divided people. When you speak from this authority, healing begins, clarity emerges, and divine solutions appear in previously gridlocked situations. A supernatural rearrangement of your relational world is underway. Connections that seemed impossible are suddenly forming. People carrying pieces of your destiny are being divinely guided into your path. These aren't random encounters. They're heaven-orchestrated alignments, bringing together those called to accomplish kingdom purposes together. These supernatural connections share distinct qualities. They form with unusual ease and natural chemistry. They carry mutual recognition, a spiritual knowing that this relationship matters. They bring complementary gifts rather than competitive spirits. They function with aligned values but diverse strengths. They support your calling without attempting to control your decisions. What makes these connections extraordinary is their divine timing. They appear precisely when their specific contribution is needed for your next level. Some bring wisdom for complex decisions. Others carry resources for expanding vision. Some offer protection during vulnerable transitions. Others provide specialized knowledge for specific challenges. Their arrival confirms heaven's attentiveness to every detail of your journey. Simultaneously, what was unjustly taken is being restored. Relationships damaged by misunderstanding are being healed with new clarity. Partnerships broken by betrayal are being replaced with trustworthy alliances. Collaborations disrupted by jealousy are being superseded by supportive teams. This restoration isn't just emotional healing, it's strategic repositioning for greater effectiveness. The most surprising aspect of this relational realignment involves former critics. People who once questioned your vision now seek your counsel. Those who dismissed your insights now request your guidance. Those who rejected your approach now adopt your methods. This reversal isn't your vindication. It's divine confirmation that your obedience to heavenly direction was never misplaced. New alliances are forming that accelerate kingdom purpose beyond what individual effort could accomplish. These divine partnerships multiply impact, combining distinct gifts into powerful collaborative force. They create momentum where solo efforts experienced resistance. They open doors that remained closed to individuals but yield to united approach. This relational realignment requires discernment. Not everyone who approaches carries divine assignment. Not every connection offering help brings genuine support. The enemy sends counterfeits, people whose words sound right, but whose spirits don't align. Trust your spiritual sensitivity above impressive credentials or attractive offers. The relationships God is bringing carry unusual grace. They feel life-giving rather than draining. They operate in mutual respect rather than control. They celebrate your gifts rather than competing with them. They speak truth with love rather than criticism with judgment. They walk beside you rather than rushing ahead or lagging behind. These divinely aligned relationships become the support structure for your next level of kingdom impact. As divine elevation manifests in your life, the greatest challenge becomes proper stewardship of what God entrusts to you. Supernatural increase carries both blessing and responsibility. How you manage this season determines whether elevation becomes permanent position or temporary experience. Expanded influence requires expanded wisdom. The spotlight that now finds you will expose every area of your life. What remained hidden in obscurity becomes visible in prominence. This isn't to shame you, but to refine you, ensuring your private character matches your public calling. The weight of influence reveals character gaps that smaller responsibilities couldn't expose. Maintaining humility during elevation becomes your critical protection. When others begin celebrating your gifts, remembering their source guards your heart. When platforms expand, staying connected to your initial calling prevents mission drift. When resources multiply, recognizing their purpose preserves their effectiveness. Pride is the hidden danger of every elevation season, subtle, gradual, often disguised as confidence or deservedness. Your spirit requires special protection during breakthrough seasons. The same visibility that expands your impact also increases your exposure to both praise and criticism. Neither should define you. Neither contains the full truth about who you are. Your identity must remain anchored in unchanging divine perspective rather than fluctuating human opinion. Develop clear boundaries that protect your peace, purpose, and priorities. Not every opportunity deserves your attention. Not every request warrants your response. Not every invitation aligns with your assignment. Discernment becomes your essential filter, distinguishing between good options and God options. Strategic decisions now multiply your impact exponentially. Small choices carry magnified consequences, both positive and negative. The stewardship of your yes and your no determines the direction and effectiveness of your influence. Saying yes to divine assignment often requires saying no to countless good but distracting opportunities. Guard your inner circle carefully. Those closest to you shape your thinking, influence your decisions, and affect your spiritual atmosphere. Elevation attracts both divine connections and opportunistic relationships. Discern the difference between those assigned to your purpose and those attached to your platform. Financial increase requires particular wisdom. Resources aligned with kingdom purpose carry kingdom responsibility. These funds aren't merely for personal comfort, but for mission advancement. Establish clear principles for managing, multiplying, and distributing what God entrusts to you. Time becomes your most precious resource during supernatural increase. More people seek your attention. More opportunities require your consideration. More demands compete for your focus. Protecting time for spiritual renewal, family connection, and creative thinking becomes non-negotiable for sustainable impact. Remember this truth: God entrusts increased influence to those He trusts with His heart. Your elevation isn't merely about what you accomplish, but about how accurately you represent divine character and purpose in expanded spheres of influence. Your assignment was never meant to remain small or local. What started in limited spaces is now expanding beyond geographic boundaries, cultural barriers, and natural limitations. This global impact activation represents divine acceleration, shifting your influence from neighborhood to nations, from community to continents. This expansion isn't based on your strategic planning, but on heaven's sovereign timing. God positioned you locally to develop character, systems, and messages that could withstand global scrutiny. The testing ground of small beginnings prepared you for international platforms that would have destroyed you without proper foundation. Watch as previously closed arenas of influence suddenly open to your message and methods. Industries that once rejected your approach now seek your expertise. Cultural gatekeepers who dismissed your perspective now request your insight. Government leaders who overlooked your solutions now implement your recommendations. These supernatural openings aren't the result of your networking. They're divine doors appearing in previously impenetrable walls. Your spiritual authority now affects systems and structures that shape societies. Your prayers impact decisions made in government chambers. Your words influence policies formed in corporate boardrooms. Your values reshape educational approaches and media narratives. This expanded authority isn't about controlling people, but transforming the environments that shape human flourishing. The global nature of your assignment reveals itself in unexpected ways. Your message reaches places you've never visited. Your methods transform communities you've never entered. Your materials translate into languages you don't speak. Your influence touches cultures vastly different from your own. This supernatural reach confirms the divine source of your assignment. Many misunderstand the pathway to global impact. They chase international platforms, high-profile connections, and mass media exposure. But true kingdom influence often begins with faithfulness in hidden places, spreads through divine connections, and expands through supernatural favor that human strategies cannot produce or prevent. Your global assignment carries unusual flexibility and adaptability. It transcends cultural expectations, denominational limitations, and traditional methods. It communicates eternal truths in culturally relevant expressions. It addresses universal human needs while honoring contextual differences. This unique blend of timeless principles and adaptive application allows your message to transform diverse environments. Remember this divine perspective. Global impact isn't measured by fame, but by faithfulness to assignment. Some influence millions visibly, while others affect nations through hidden intercession. Some transform systems through public leadership, while others shift atmospheres through consistent presence. Your specific expression of global impact perfectly aligns with your unique design and divine calling. The final positioning for your kingdom assignment is unfolding now. Everything you've endured, the isolation, the spiritual warfare, the betrayal, the silent preparation, was shaping you for this precise moment of divine elevation. The pieces of your purpose are aligning with supernatural precision, revealing a destiny far greater than you imagined. God fulfills his promises in ways that confound human expectations. You searched for breakthrough in familiar places, while he prepared it in territories you never considered. You looked for elevation through traditional pathways, while he established uncommon routes that no one could block. You anticipated blessing in expected forms, while he designed custom expressions of favor uniquely fitted to your assignment. The billionaire's recognition of heaven's hand upon you isn't about validating your worth. It's about confirming divine timing. Those with earthly resources are being divinely prompted to recognize those with spiritual authority. This sacred exchange isn't transactional, but transformational, changing both the giver and receiver while advancing kingdom purposes neither could accomplish alone. Your unique role in the global transfer of wealth and influence extends beyond personal blessing. You're positioned as a conduit, a steward, a distributor of resources that will fund revival, justice, innovation, and compassion on unprecedented scales. The abundance coming through you is meant to flow beyond you, touching lives, transforming communities, and establishing divine solutions to seemingly impossible problems. This elevation carries profound purpose. You're being positioned as a reconciler between divided groups, a bridge between separated worlds, a translator between cultures that misunderstand each other. Your unique journey has equipped you with rare perspective that allows you to connect people who normally remain disconnected. The final revealing of your purpose will silence every question about your unusual path. The fruit of your elevation will vindicate every season of painful preparation. The impact of your obedience will justify every tear shed in hidden faithfulness. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was random. Nothing was without divine intention. The chosen one's elevation isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of your true effectiveness. Everything before was preparation. Everything now is positioning. Everything ahead is purpose fulfilled through willing obedience to divine direction. Before you go, chosen one, don't forget, the fact that you made it to the end of this message means something. Your spirit needed this. Don't walk away without subscribing. It costs nothing, but it means everything for the journey God is taking you on. Join the family. Your breakthrough might be in the next video.